Hello friends, and it's Funky Play Brothers, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube. And today I'm reading part 2 of Five Nights at Freddy's Tales from the Pizzaplex, number 7, Tiger Rock, by Scott Cawthon, Kelly Parra, and Adrian Wagger. Last time we left off, Kay, Todd, and the other one there were going to the Pizzaplex doing stuff. Asher, that's what his name was. Or for Asher and Kay were when they visited him, and then there was Asher. If he hadn't been a total tech geek, Asher might have fit in at school with brown hair and eyes and a height that was average for an 11-year-old. He looked pretty normal. Kay had even overheard some girls talking about how cute Asher was too. Too bad he's so weird, one of the girls had said. And yeah, Asher was a little weird. He was totally obsessed with computers and robotics and science fiction, so much so that he and his little brother Alex, who could have been a slightly younger Asher clone, often spoke to each other in binary code more than once. Kay had heard Alex saying to Asher, 01100011001101101101101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101110111011101 Asher told Kay that it meant doofus. Wouldn't it be faster to just say doofus? Kay had asked. Sure, Asher had said, but Alex and I get in trouble when we call each other names. Asher's parents hadn't learned binary. Oh man, Todd cried out. Kay blinked and realized that while his mind had been wandering, they'd reached the center of the pizzaplex. They were standing in front of the storyteller's tree, and it was enveloped in plastic with a rope barrier around its base. What happened? Asher asked aloud to no one in particular. A middle-aged man wearing a pizzaplex uniform of a red shirt and black pants looked up from sweeping confetti near the bulging fiber optic roots of the tree. There was some kind of glitch, the man said. He rubbed the rough stubble on his square chin and shook his head. It's only been up 3 weeks, and I hear they're gonna take it down. What, already? Asher frowned up at the tree. Kay followed the direction of Asher's gaze. What he saw gave him the willies, and he wasn't sure why. Maybe it was because the clear plastic wrapped around the tree's bloated, molted yellow trunk and its outstretched rainbow-colored limbs made the tree look like some kind of robed phantom monster. Kay could easily picture the gigantic tree suddenly uprooting itself to stomp through the pizzaplex in Kay's mind. The tree reached out with its long, skeletal branches to pluck children from the Kay. Todd was tugging on his arm. Picked up a baobab tree because those trees have such big trunks, Asher was saying. I think it was a great choice because the trees are the stuff of legend. The redwood trees would have been better, Todd said. No way, Asher said. A redwood would have been too tall. Well, it wouldn't have been a real redwood, Todd said, but redwoods have big trunks too, and at least they're American trees. Why does it have to be American? Asher asked. Your shoes are made in China. So what? My shoes aren't a tree, Todd said. Kay shook his head. He'd learned that the best thing to do when Todd and Asher fought was to just let them bicker. Todd and Asher had been friends since they were old enough to talk, and that was just the way they were with each other. Asher turned away from Todd, ending the debate. He pressed up against the rope barrier that had been strung around the tree's base. I wish I could see in there, Asher said. I wonder what went wrong with the program. I thought the basis of the program's algorithm was sound, and the idea of having one program generate all the stories for the animatronic characters was off-the-chart genius. Why pay a bunch of writers when you could just build one story creation program? Todd snorted. No way. A computer program can't take the place of a writer. There's no way a program could be advanced enough to replace people's imaginations. Asher shook his head. Mark Twain said it a long time ago. There's no such thing as a new idea. Humans may like thinking their imaginations are all that, but really nothing's original anymore. It's all just retelling old stories in a slightly different way. That's why having a computer program do it is so brill. Well, it must not have been that brill, Todd said, if they shut it down so fast. Todd reached for a cuff of Asher's long-sleeve orange and blue plaid flannel shirt. The flannel shirt was another one of the things that set Asher apart. He always wore bright plaid flannel shirts year-round. He even had summer flannel shirts with cut-off sleeves. It was different, but it was Asher. Come on, Ash, Todd said. It's closed. Let's go do something else. Asher sighed dramatically. He let Todd drag him away from the storyteller's tree. I want to check out the VR booth, Kay said. You would, Asher said, but he gave Kay one of his lopsided grins. I'm up for that, Todd said. He bounced on the balls on his feet. Let's go for it. The balls of his feet. Let's go for it. The pizzaplex, laid out like a big pizza, was easy to navigate. You just had to remember the order of the venues and where they laid on the edges of the pie. The VR booth, Kay knew, was on the far side of the storyteller's tree, because the big theater, and the kids' play area filled the center of the pizzaplex. Kay and his friends would have to go around half the pizza to get to the VR booth. Want to get a pizza on the way? Todd asked as he started trotting away from the storyteller's tree, motioning for Asher and Kay to keep up with them. We just ate breakfast, Asher said as he jogged to catch up to Todd. There's always room for pizza, Todd sing-songed, glancing over her shoulder. Not at 10 in the morning, Asher said. And slow down, the VR booth isn't going anywhere. That's what Kay said about the storyteller's tree, Todd said, but he reduced his speed to a fast walk. That tree looks like something you'd see in a strange dream, Kay said. Glancing to his right, he looked up at a purple branch that stretched out over them as they passed the role-play area. Yeah, Todd agreed. Or like something you'd see in a fantasy flick. They have trees like that in a place called Rainbow World. Kay laughed. Yeah, and a little multicolored creatures living in their branches. Hey, right, Todd said, getting into it. And they eat rainbow-colored food, green pizza and yellow cookies. You, Asher said. He made a face. Green pizza. Todd twisted his mouth. Okay, maybe not green pizza. That's like the moss that grows on the big trees in my backyard. Yuck, I had a dream the other night that moss was growing really fast all over my room. It was trying to grow on me and eat me. Todd stopped walking so abruptly that Asher ran into him. A young mom holding hands with two toddlers headed to stutter step to avoid the Todd Asher collision. One of the toddlers dropped a sippy cup and let out a wail. As she retrieved the plastic cup, the mom gave Todd a dirty look. He didn't notice. Todd looked at Kay. I read that dream interpretations book I heard that dream interpretations book your mom recommended. Apparently, my dream means there's something I'm afraid of that I'm not facing. If I don't get a hold of my fears, they'll eat me alive. Todd shrugged and rolled his eyes. Like, duh, I don't need a dream to tell me I'm afraid of pretty much everything. Yeah, well, you don't do okay for a scaredy cat, Asher said, giving Todd a playful light slap on the back of his head. Todd grinned and started walking again. as quickly as before Asher fell and stepped beside him. Kay forced his short legs to move fast enough to stay with his friends. I've been working on lucid dreaming, Kay said as he walked. You know, being aware that you're dreaming when you're dreaming. I've been playing around with it, and I've trained myself to wake up just by saying to myself in the dream, "Wake myself." I just have to say it a couple times, and I get myself out of any dream like that. He snapped his fingers. You could try it, Todd, if you have a scary dream. That was the end of part 2. Tune in next time for part 3, where we find out what happens in the VR booth and what's inside the tree, possibly. Because we all know they're probably going to break into the tree. And that purple branch on the tree was pretty sus. So, friends, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at the Funky Play Bros. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Funky Play Brothers. Support our vlog at Cash App at the $sign Funky Play Brothers. We can have more unboxings, more taste tests, more adventures, more monies, and for support. Thank you for watching. Bye.